Klinger. I'm sitting here in Stoke-on-Trent, actually Barlaston, northern England. Look at this back here. It's a field. Pretty amazing, right? No, just kidding. Anyway, I wanted to talk today about freedom. Next week, you see me and my friend Lee White are getting ready to head on across Pennine Trail across northern England, coast to coast, starting up by Liverpool. It'll be about 7 days, as we have to make a few days backtrack to where we're at right now. But I just wanted to shoot this video about freedom. Let me think about this now. Have you ever been in a spot in your life? Has there been a time where you just knew everything was going to be okay? Where you just knew deep down inside? It's kind of like when you see a leaf floating down the creek, floating down the river, and just going with the currents, just going with the flow peacefully. You can kind of hear the mellow trickle of the creek as it goes, and you can see the crystal clear water all the way down to the bottom. It feels kind of brisk when you touch it. You know, it's a little cold. It's a mountain creek, but you just knew everything was going to be okay. This is kind of where my life has gone. It's just kind of going with the current, going with the flow, you know. And this is when things started happening with my life. I remember on a trip with my dad in Northern California. We were in the mountains in the Alaska National Forest. We were overlooking the Painted Dunes. We're up on Cinder Cone. And there was just all these colors in the sand. The Painted Dunes is this awesome place up in Alaska National Forest, and there's just magentas and greens and blues in this natural sand. It's just all volcanic. It's awesome. You know, it was a nice warm day out. I could feel the sun on my skin. There were birds chirping all around us. It's kind of like that. You know, you just know, I don't know, you know everything. You know what I'm talking about? You know everything's going to be all right? Well, like I said, it's kind of where my life's gone. You know, we're getting ready to do this trail now, you know, across England, because we have the freedom, because I work online. I found this awesome system, this great group of people, and it's really allowed me to let go of all my fears and to live life by my own design. And I know a lot of people now, a lot of people like you are sitting there maybe watching this in your office, maybe wishing you could go do something cool like that. Maybe you don't. You know, maybe you don't want to go travel the world. Maybe you don't want to work online. Maybe you don't want to do what I do. You know, maybe you want to keep working your 9-to-5 job. You know, maybe you're too scared to try something new, to get started with us today. You know, it's all up to you, and that's cool. You know, I don't want you to join. You know, I really don't want you to join if you don't want to join. I don't want people like that on my team. You know, I'm looking for serious entrepreneur mindset type people. You know, I'm not looking for tire kickers. You know, in fact, I encourage you, you know, to not click the link below if you're that kind of person, you know. But if you're the kind of person who could really benefit from working online, you know, more time to spend with your family, or maybe you're a traveler and you want to make some extra money so you can travel a little bit more and you don't have to always worry about where that next dollar, you know, kind of just squeezing by. Or maybe you just want a few extra $100 a month, you know, to help take some pressure off, to relieve some pressure. Whatever it is you want to do, you know, you can make that happen if you get started. You know, I remember the first time when I started, I was kind of going back and forth. Do I join? Do I not join? Should I get started? Should I not get started? And I sat there in my room, you know, pondering it, doubting it, you know. And I wrote down a pros and cons list, you know, 20 reasons, 15 or 20 reasons why it'd be good. And, you know, I came up with about 10 reasons why not. But the pros outweighed the con, you know. It was like more freedom, more money, more time, the ability to do what I want to do, live my passion, live my dream. Try something new, you know, lean into my fears, you know, do something awesome that I've never done before. And then I have the cons, you know, something new, got to learn a new skill, got to take a risk, you know, such and such. But then I turn those into positive, you know, excitement, you know, wow, something new, awesome, going to try something new, just going to go for it, you know, going to do it. And after, you know, 20 minutes or so of pondering whether or not to get started, I made the decision. I made a decision right there to click the link below, and I got started. So wherever you're at right now, I totally understand. Whether you want to join me, whether you don't want to join. It's up to you. But if you do, and you're looking for a better way, and you're watching this video still, so I assume you are, then the next thing you need to do, take the mouse, click the link below this video, and get started. My name's Klinger. I'll see you inside. Bye.